Hey, what's up everybody? Danny Lightning back with another CSR2 video. So I've taken all the little racing series they have every day of the season. Every season is the same until they decide to change it again, but this is how much respect points you can earn right here just from racing these little daily races that give out large amounts of respect points. Alright, so we're going to take a look at this. Sunday, on the third day of the season, you have a supply cup with 34,500 respect points. Then you have a token cup with 30,000 respect points. Tuesday, the fifth day of the season, there's a crew cup. That gives out 86,400 respect points. Wednesday, the sixth day of the season, you have a supply cup that gives out 34,500 respect points. Thursday, the seventh day of the season, you have a Prestige Cup, 303,000 respect points if you can complete all of those races. If not, you're still going to get a big, huge chunk of respect points. I always save my silver keys to make sure I get the Prestige Cup car every season. Don't waste those because that's a lot of respect points you're going to miss if you can't get the Prestige Cup car. Plus, some of these other ones are also going to require the Prestige Cup car. Alright, we also have a token cup that day, 30,000 RP. Saturday, the 10th day of the season, we have a supply cup. This gives out 34,500 respect points. Alright, Monday, the 12th day of the season, we have a token cup. That gives out 30,000 respect points. Tuesday, the 13th day of the season, we have a supply cup that gives out 34,500, and we have a crew cup that gives out 86,400, and all that totals up to 703,800 respect points if I got the math right. We're just going to round that off to 700,000. All right. You're definitely going to get at least 700,000 if you can complete all of this. Now, this over here, this row, we've estimated around 200 respect points per race. Depending on what car you use, that may change up a little bit. But if you can complete every one of these races here, you should earn an additional 30,000 respect points just for the additional little bit they give you for each race. Now, there's a bunch of other races all over the board too. So this 30,000 here is only showing you a small portion of what you can earn, and there's also live racing. But basically, I've got a grand total here of 733,800 RP that you can win just from completing these and nothing else. Now, every time you put fusion parts into a car, every time you upgrade a car, every time you add a stage 6, that also gives you a small amount of respect points. Alright, when you live race, of course, that gives you a bunch, but generally, you should be able to make over 800,000 respect points every season without live racing at all. Alright, a lot of the higher end crews that get the milestone prize cars every season require somewhere between 7 and 800,000 respect points a season. Some of them require a lot more, but just by doing this, upgrading your cars, running all the other races, and doing just a little bit of live racing every day, you can easily get 800,000 respect points. Now, I kind of made an additional little chart here. If you do want to do live racing, if you can win 15 live races a day with a good car, we're just going to say 1,000 respect points per win. Most of my cars generally make between 1,000 and 1,350. That's without the wild card. Now, if I've got the wild card going, I can make a lot more than this. But if you can win 15 live races a day, depending on what car you have, you're going to get between 210 and 273,000 per season added on to this number here. If you can do 30 live races a day, you're going to get between 420,000 respect points and 546,000 respect points, depending on which car you're live racing with. Let's just say you're going to get crazy. I figure most people are only going to do the 15 to 30 a day, but if you can win 45 a day, that's 630,000 up to 819,000 respect points per season. Alright, so you can earn a lot of respect points. I personally try and win between 15 and 30 live races per day, and I end up with usually in the between 1 million and 1.4, depending if I finish the Prestige Cup or not. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I can't get my car fast enough to beat the Prestige Cup, but I still get a nice chunk of this. So anyways, that's pretty much the deal with this. Yeah, you really don't need the live race at all in order to make 800,000 respect points per season. Now, the only thing, if you don't live race, you're going to miss out on winning some keys, because when you live race, of course, you get keys. You know, on average, this game gives out around 600 keys per season, 600 silver keys per season, and alright, that's not enough to guarantee you're going to win the Prestige Cup car, because some seasons it will take the full 15 pulls, which cost more than 600 silver keys. So basically what I did, I have a whole video on key management if you're not familiar with it, but what I did is I went for like, I think a full 2 months without spending any silver keys at all. I don't know, I saved up something like 1,500 silver keys when I first started playing. I just collected them and collected them and collected them, and when I saved up 1,500, that's when I started trying to win the Prestige Cup car every season. And at the time, there was those tricks. Every time there was a trick, and most of the time they actually worked. Nowadays, I'm not so sure if the tricks actually worked, but I would usually pull two or three of the Prestige Cup cars within like 5 or 6 pulls. Sometimes I would get it on the first pull, the second pull, and the third pull. I'd get 3 in a row. And I used to get them really, really fast, so I was able to keep just accumulating keys. Nowadays, it usually takes me between 3 and 6 pulls to get one. So the tricks don't seem to work as well, but sometimes it's like this season, it still took me the full 15 tries. So that used up a lot of keys. I think 2 or 3 seasons ago, it was another 15 tries, so that used up a lot of keys. But right now, I finally got around 5,000 saved up, which is awesome. I'm just gonna. I don't use my silver keys at all unless I'm trying to win the Prestige Cup car. That's the only time I use my silver keys. Those things, you got to save those things, all right? Don't waste them, because the majority of the time you're just going to get lousy 1-star cars and 2-star cars anyway. So I always wait till the 10x chance is up for the Prestige Cup car before I try and pull that, because I want to make sure I can always have enough keys saved up to win that Prestige Cup car, because that's what helps me get all this RP. Because I mean, my crew, you know, we got to make a bunch of RP. You know, we got to win that car every season, and I need to be able to get that car, the Prestige Cup car, to help out. But I think you guys get the idea. I'm just kind of babbling on at this point. Do not waste your keys. Save them up. Make sure you're only using them to try and get the Prestige Cup cars and nothing else. Alright, you want to save as many as you're possible. You got to be stingy with those keys. Now, like your bronze keys, do whatever you want with them. Your silver keys, do whatever you want. I mean, your gold keys, do whatever you want with them. Personally, though, I save up as many bronze keys as I can until a really awesome car comes up where there's part crates for it, and then I'll unload all those. Like, I just maxed out my Copo Camaro because I had almost 20,000 bronze keys saved up. We got the Copo Camaro. I dumped all my keys on crate parts, and I was able to max that car out thanks to saving all those bronze keys. That car runs a 7.217. So that was really good that I was able to save up my keys for that. So anyways, you guys get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I'll catch you guys later. Alright, see ya.